All right, so this is the lecture number 71 in our DSA series, and for now we are covering the problems related to 2D arrays. We have already done the problems of 1D arrays. Along with that, we have done some problem for binary search and some sort of problems over linear search. And before that, we have covered the like pattern series and number system series, all the basic programs, so you can watch them. So for now, we are continuing with our 2D array problem series. So in that, I have done the introduction part of 2D arrays. Along with that, I have done the addition of two matrices or two 2D arrays. So those videos are must before going through this video. Like you have to watch those videos if you are uncomfortable with the 2D arrays, or you don't know how to traverse with 2D arrays, or how to manipulate the things inside the 2D arrays. So you should watch those videos. I would be putting down the link in the description box of those two videos. You can refer from there. And let us continue with our today's videos. Fine. So what we have to do today is multiple, like multiply two matrices. And this question is similar to addition of two matrices, but a little bit different. What is the difference? I would be telling you here. But before that, I would be requiring you to focus or to remind your 12th math, which we have learned in your 12th class, like how we used to do like multiply of two matrices. Let us say we have been provided two matrices. Let me draw these matrices. Two, 1, 3, 1. Let us say you have been given these two matrices and you have to multiply both of them. So what you used to do, you used to pick up this row and pick up this column, like pick first row from A matrix and pick first column from B matrix and multiply them and add them. So first of all, you will have to declare another matrix for result. Let us say I have this matrix of same size, of course, of same size, and we'll come to the point where where we were having the different number of rows and different number of rows on A and B. Fine. Suppose we have this matrix and we have to fill the value for this particular column. So for this particular column, the resultant would be coming from multiply this row and this column, and whatever the result of this multiplication, you have to put it here. Similarly, multiply this row, this column, the result would be putting here. Multiply this row and this column, so the result would be for here. Fine. Let us see an example also. Fine. So pick up this row and this column. So this is 0th row, 0th column. I'm naming the columns actually. Fine. So pick up this row. So 2 into 3, fine, plus this 3 and this 6. So 3 into 6 plus this 4 and this 1. 4 into 1. So add all these. So 2 into 3 6 plus 18 plus 4. So resultant would be 28. Fine. So the value for this column would be 28. Fine. I hope you remember the concept of multiplying two matrices from 12. This is the 12th class math, like which is I am just telling you. Let me calculate this value also. So pick up this 2 and this time multiply this 7. So 2 into 7 plus this 3 and this 5. 3 into 5 plus this 3 and this 3. Sorry, this 4 and this 3. This 5 we have already covered. This 3 and this 4. So 4 into 12. So 14 into 15 plus 4 into 3 actually 12. So result would be for here 29 plus 12. So 29 plus 12. Yes. So 1 and 4, 41. And so you would be getting here result as 41. Same goes for this also. Like I hope you got or you have remembered how you would calculating the value for this column. So quickly do this. You will pick up this row and this column this time. Fine. We are calculating the result for first row. So for first row, what we have to do? First column, sorry, first row and first column, first row and second column, first row and third column. So 2 into 2, this 2 and this 2. Now this 3 and this 6 plus 3 into 6 plus this 4 and this 1. 4 into 1. So what would be the result? 4 plus 18 plus 4. So uh, 22 plus 4, it would be 28. So the result for this particular column is 28. So I hope you got the logic how we used to multiply two matrices. So let us do one more iteration. How would you calculate the result for this column? So what would you do? First column, sorry, first row would be multiplying with this column again. And for this one, sorry, second, or you can, like I'm calling this first row as, because we have first index, we are having zero based indexing. So this is first index. So this row would be multiplying with this column, this column, this column, for these three columns. And for last one, last row would be multiplying for this column, this column, this column, again and again. So this is the approach how we used to multiply two matrices. Fine. So I hope you got the logic how we are multiplying two matrices. So let us think about the logic how we would be doing the multiplication. So let us think here only, or erase this part. Fine. So what you have to do, first of all, if you have watched my previous video of addition to matrices, so first of all you already know how to traverse over a matrix. Fine. So let us erase this to call here A and B. This is result C. Fine. So you already know how to traverse over this matrix and this matrix, like how to traverse over a matrix. So for that you have to write a loop for this row size, and again you have to write a nested loop for column size. So this way you would traverse over entire matrix. Fine. So same thing we have to do here also. What is that? Let me raise this. What we will be doing, we would be iterating this matrix, like you, if you are remember, we are iterating this matrix for each row and each column. So in first iteration, what we are doing, we are iterating over this row and this column. Fine. So first of all, let me write the code for iterating this particular matrix. Fine. And after that we would come to here. Let us write some code also, so that we should be on track. So first of all, I would have taken the input already, but let us take the input. So first of all, what I have to do, I have to take input for row 1. Let us call it as the size of row 1, and SCN, or what you can do, you can skip this part also, the input taking, if you are pro in the taking input, like how to take input for matrices. And this is column 1 size, or not call 1, you can call A, row A and row column B. Fine. And we have to take input into B. So this is done, like we have done with our input taking process. Now what we have to do, we have to write a few lines for iterating over a matrix. How we would iterate? For int I is equal to 0. So first of all, we need to declare a matrix called result, or let us call C, of same size. Either we can take row 1 or either we can take row 2. Fine. So int row A, let us, I'm taking the size of this as row B, sorry, column A, sorry. Either we can take column A or we can take column B also. Let us go till row A. Now I am taking this as j is equal to 0 to j column A till, let us call it as column B. Fine. Row A and column B, both. So initially both are equal, so we can take either one or either this. So till now what we have done, if you like, if I draw here, like why we have to draw here, like this makes us easier while writing the program. So 2 3 4 5 6 7 1 2 3, and this is A matrix, this is B matrix. So 1 2 3 5 6 9 3 4 7. This is B matrix. So what we have done till now, we have written at nested two loops which would iterate over this particular column, this column, this column, or this box, this box, this box. This piece of code of 4 lines would iterate each and every column of this particular matrix. Fine. So now if you look at here, what we have to do, see it very carefully from here. We like from that piece of code like this, we would be iterating over each and every I would say the element of this matrix, and the size of this also same, so we would be iterating over this also with the same code. Fine. So what we have to do, we have to, like, let us say we are here, we are on this particular column. Fine. So what I have to do is I have to multiply this element with this. See it very carefully. What I have to do, I have to multiply this element with this element. First row, first column of A matrix, and first row, first column of B matrix. So let us say I am writing it also. So 2 into 3. Fine. So I have picked up this element and this element. I have multiplied both of them. Now what I have to do is, in the next iteration, I have to pick up this element and this element. I do not have to pick up this element now. If you are relating this with addition matrix, then in that we used to pick up this element and this and this. But here we have to do the just opposite of this row in this second matrix. We have to pick up this 3 and this 6. If it is confusing to you, let me write it clearly. So we have 3 here, let us say 3 here also, and here 2. I don't remember what was the exact point. Fine. So that is not the thing which we need to worry. So what we have to do, we have to pick up this 3 and this 3. So how we would pick up, in the next iteration we have to pick up this 4 and this 2. So plus, and also we have to sum up these results also. So we would, for that we would be initializing a variable also sum, and like in each iteration we would be adding that multiplication result into this variable. So 2 into 3 plus 3 into 3 plus 4 into 2, this one, and the result would be stored into this column. And that would be easier for you. Let us suppose we are iterating over this particular result matrix with that piece of code. Fine. So that would be fine. So we would be storing this result into this index, and the result for this row and this column would be stored in this index, as we have done in our explanation part. Fine. So let me do the same thing. So for that, like, I have to multiply this row, this column, like this with this column with this column, this column with this column. So if we have watched the introduction video of 2D arrays, then you must know till now that for that we would be writing another loop for multiplying this row with this column. So let us see how I am going to write the loop for that. Fine. So first of all, I need to initialize a variable called sum, and I will have to write another loop which is starts from k as 0 and will go till where we need to execute this loop. Fine. So we would be needing this loop execute till, let us say, we are multiplying, like we are accessing this element and this element. So either we can write the column size of A matrix, or we can write the row size of B matrix, row B or column A. So we can write either of these two. So let us say I am writing the row B, which is row B and k plus plus. Fine. So here what we have to do is, if you see here, we have to pick up this 2 with this one. So, and this 3 with this 5. So here what we are doing in the first array, we are like increasing our column, row is fixed here, and here we are increasing our row, column is fixed here. Fine. So same thing which like we will do. So sum plus equals to A of, we would write here, into B of something. b of something. So what the value for this something 2? So this is a very difficult part. See it very carefully. We are here. Let us suppose we are here. So here the row is fixed, which is this one I, or yes, it is j1. We do not have to consider I. We row is this one, which is j. So here we would write j, and column is varying, which is this, like this loop is iterating. So this k is varying. So for that we would be taking that k is varying. That means we have to vary the column in each iteration. So we would write k at the place of column. I hope this is clear to you. If not, I would be explaining again. So we have to write j as row because j is fixed in this iteration and column is varying. So we have to like take this type of decision here. Same goes for b also. In the b, what we are doing, we are we are increasing our row. That means we need to, of course we need to consider k because we are increasing k in each iteration, and our column is fixed. So here j is fixed, here our row was fixed, so we have to take care here as k and j. Fine. Row is varying, column is not varying. So for that I would have to write here as k, column is varying and row is fixed, which is j. Here j is fixed. So this is it which we have to do, and here we would have to make one change, because if you look at here, the resultant matrix which is similar to this 0 0 0 and 0 0 0 and 0 0 0. Initially we have this. So what we have to do, we have to multiply this row with this column. So we have to pick up this one, 2 into 1, 3 into 5, 4 into 3. So we have to add this here. And in next iteration, if this loop is complete, then we have to calculate for this. So if we have to calculate for this, then if you look at here, if this loop is complete, then this j would also be completed. Fine. So but we have to take the row size from A matrix only. We do not have to go into j, like either, like if we are writing j here, so what it would do, it would calculating or picking up the element from this row, but we need again this row, we need again and again this row with this column. For this row we need only this row. For calculating this row we only need this row, not this row. So while calculating this, the result for this row, we would be needing this row only. So for that I would have to write I here, because our I is varying only when this result I is varying. So I here. I hope this is clear to you, and if not, then let me explain once more. Okay, so if it is not feasible to you, then look at here very carefully. What we are doing, we are picking up this 2 and this 3 and this 4, and same goes for this column. So we are multiplying these 9 numbers and storing the result into first column. Again, what we are doing, we are not changing our this row, we are changing only this column. So for that I would have to write the loop for j, which is a column in our case. Fine, because column is not changing. So, and these 3 numbers with this column and these 3 numbers with this column, again and again we have to write the same approach. And let us suppose if we are calculating the result for this column, then only we need to pick up this 5. So for that I have to increase our I. Fine. So that is why I have written I, not j. If we write j here, so what we it would do for us, it would multiply this row with this column for this particular column. But while calculating the value for this column, it would multiply this row with this column, but we do not want this. We want this row has to be multiplied with this column. So that is why I have written I here. So if we got our result into sum, so now what we have to do is we just have to store our sum into I and j as result. So this is it we have to do. Let us print the output also. So for printing the output, you already know what we have to do. We have to write a nested loop of either, like here what I am doing, the row size of A, or we have one more method, for, let us say you have to calculate the result, like length of a array. So for that we have a length variable called, this is the array name and c dot length. Fine. And for like this length will, what it will do, let us say you have this array, so length will do give you the size of rows, how many rows are there. What if you have to calculate the size of column also? So for calculating the column size, you have c of 0 dot length. C of 0 is this column, and you are getting the length of this column. So I already told you that this is also an array. Inside this 2D array, all these 3 rows are array, so this is giving us the this length variable. And so don't confuse with this. This is just, you can consider it as row A and column A. Fine, this is similar to that. Here what we have to do, we do not have to take input from user. Instead of this, we just have to print the output. So println and c of I and j, one space after printing it. And of course we do not have to write println method because it would break the line for us. But when we need to break the line, only after printing one row output. Fine. And here we need to use println method. So this is it which we have to do, and let us give it a run so that we can be sure that whatever the code which we have written is working perfectly. So before running, if you can see, I am taking one more input here which was needed in our previous program, so we do not need it here anymore. So I'm erasing it and I'm running it now. So what we have to do, we have to enter the row size and column size for this matrix and then enter 9 numbers, or let us say row size into column size numbers. And again for this row also we have to do the same as the A matrix. So I'm entering the size of A matrix as row size is 3, column size is also 3, entering 9 values 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 1 2 3. Now I have to write 9 more values. So first of all I will have to write I will have to enter row size and column size for B matrix, suppose 3 into 3 again, and now I have to enter 9 values. So 1 2 3 6 5 4 this time and 3 2 1. So by hitting enter here, you would be able to get the output of multiplication of these two matrices. So hit enter and you can see we are getting the output. So let us analyze it also whether we are getting the correct output or not. Cut it now. So take here now better. Fine. So if you look at here, this is your first matrix and this is your second matrix and this is your result. Fine, this is A, this is B and this is C. This is B actually. Fine. So let us see whether this is giving us the output as correct or not. Fine. So multiply this row with this column. Let us see, 1 into 1 plus 2 into 6 plus 3 into 3. So 1 into 1 1 plus 12 plus 9. So it would give us 22 because 9 plus 1 is 10, 10 plus 12 is 22. So we are getting 22 as our output for this column. Let us see for this column also. So this row with this column, see it very carefully, that was the mistake which I was explaining to you. Like people usually do this mistake, even I have done also, but you do not have to do this. So this row with this column again. So 1 into 2 plus 2 into 5 plus 3 into 2. Let us see, 2 plus 10 plus 6, so 18. So you can see we are getting 18. Let us see one more. So this row with this column, see the difference again. So 1 into 3 plus 2 into 4 plus 3 into 1. So 3, 1 into 3, yes, 3 plus 8 plus 9, sorry 3. So 3 plus 3 is 6 plus 8, which is 14. 14. So you can see we are getting 14 as the answer. So same way we would be able to get all the values of this particular resultant array. So this was the multiplication of two matrices. Let us say we have one edge case scenario here, and which is also an important to explain, which is, let me clear this and then we would explain it to you. Fine. Here what we have done is, like, we have 3 as row size and 3 and column size, and here also we have 3 and as row size and 3 as column size. What if someone gave you that you have to multiply, and let us erase it. Fine. What if someone told you to multiply this matrix 3 into 2 size and 3 into 4 size, or 4 into 3? Let us say 4 into 3. Fine. So here you have same size of matrices, but here you have different size of matrices. Let us say you have this column, and sorry, you have only 2 columns here and 3 rows, and you have to multiply this matrix. So 4 rows and 3 columns. So you have to multiply this. So in this case, first of all, we can only multiply two matrices if the column for A matrix and the row for B matrix are similar. Let's suppose the column size for this is 2 and the row size for this is 4. So we cannot multiply these two numbers. So for that, let us say I am writing it. If, let us say, after taking input, I know this is longer one, but we need to take care about the test cases also. If the column size of A, so call A, is not equal to the row size of B, then we just have to return from here, or else whatever you want to do, you can do anything. Let us say I am printing something onto the user screen, which is, let us call it as input. Yes, input is not valid. Fine. And here we are noting, because the input you have entered is not valid for return 0, like you can, or else return anything. It is giving us just a warning that you cannot return here, but this is perfectly fine, we can return from here. So because there are some extension installed in my VS Code, so that is why. So for that you have to write this also. And one more thing to consider here, this is fine. No, this is not fine. Here we are iterating over row 1 and iterating over column 1, but what we have to do, and the result, I mean the resultant matrix would be of size. Let us suppose if we have this matrix 3, okay, 4 rows and 3 columns, so 1 2 3, or else 0 1 2, and another matrix is of this size. Let us say 3 rows and 4 columns. Yes, 4 columns, so 0 1 2 0 1 2 3. So we have to like our resultant matrix would be of size. Yes, so row would be from here, which is 4 rows, and columns would be from here, which is 4 columns. So 1 2 3. So this would be our resultant matrix. So here also you need to make changes, which is the resultant matrix would be row size of A and column size of B. Fine. So if you are calculating the result for this matrices, then you have to write here also, you need to make some quick changes, not that much. And I want you to do at your own if we have different size, but I am just explaining to you. We have to run this loop till column size of B. This is perfectly fine because we are iterating over the result, which is row size of this one and column size of this one. Fine. Until when we need to execute this loop? Let us see here the inner loop. If you could see here, we have this row, the second one. So we need to go till all the rows of this, I mean second matrix. So we need to execute this loop till row B. That is also fine, which we have written. I have written the same thing intentionally, like we would be explaining later on. But the point is just to explain you how, if the inputs are different, then what is the change which we need to make. So that was the change which we have to make, which we have done here also. And I think rest of the things are very similar. So what are the change? First of all, we need to check if our column A and row B are similar, then only we would be proceeding. If they are not matching, then from here also we need to return, like input is not valid. Whatever the input you are providing, that is not valid. And if it is valid, then only we have to make or multiply two matrices. So that's all about multiplication of two matrices. So I hope it is clear to you. It was a really lengthy video, but the thing is, I just want you to, grasp the concept which is required while multiplying two matrices. So that's it for this particular video, and I want to say one more thing here. Like the problems over 2D arrays are a little bit different, so you need to work hard at your own for grasping the things. Like problems from now onwards are going to be difficult, you already know. Fine, so do not give up, do not worry, you have to keep motivating yourself and keep trying. That's it from my side for this particular video, and let us meet in the next one. Thank you.